Hello, Gemini. Okay, we are doing a forensic investigation here. You were either a part of this, or you were the victim, or you were the perpetrator or investigator. You have some part in this, okay? Even if you're a witness, you have some part. So we're going to get into this, okay? We're going to start with the victim, which is the Nine of Pentacles. This individual, I believe, is single, okay? The victim felt completely cut off, lonely, and unsupported by others, experienced concern regarding stability, safety, personal security, felt like a prisoner within their own surroundings. The victim's vitality and personal strength were heavily drained and exhausted, lacked the energetic defenses that were needed to protect themselves, experienced sudden losses, property issues, financial dependence, put in a situation where their independence and physical security was stripped away, was dealing with underlying problems behind a seemingly successful and calm exterior. There was extreme stress, severe crisis, physical entrapment, and collapse right before the incident occurred, okay? Rather than a peaceful and stable physical state. We next have the Knight of Wands. Now, the Knight of Wands is the perpetrator, but this is the cause, okay, of this. First off, what the victim experienced was that was trauma. This trauma was sudden, it was aggressive and blunt. It was a severing, piercing blow. This death was caused by a sharp instrument, an ambush, and a high velocity impact that left no time for defense. Now, if this wasn't a physical death here, Gemini, if it was a spiritual, then spiritually, the victim's timeline was shattered mid-stride. Because the Knight here charges forward without looking what is left in his wake, the victim's soul experienced a shattering of purpose. There was no transition and time for final rites, leaving behind an energetic residue of profound shock. Not only profound shock, but confusion and an unfulfilled destiny. Okay, this was not an accident. It was an execution born of fantasism and absolute certainty on the Knight of Swords side. Okay, now this perpetrator, okay, believed that the perpetrator here believed that they were entirely in the right, okay? You could very well be this Knight of Swords, but so the perpetrator believed they were entirely in the right. The Knight of Swords doesn't kill out of emotional rage. He kills for an idea, a belief, and a perceived truth. The victim was blindsided by someone that they deemed as an intellectual equal, a defender for them. The nature of the attack was cold, it was surgical, and completely devoid of empathy. The assailant charged in, delivered the blow, and moved on immediately without any remorse. If this was a spiritual weapon, then it was a cutting word used to sever a contract, a relationship. If it was physical, it was a life. If it was physical, then it was a sharp weapon used. The intent was to inflict maximum damage in a single action. A rapidly moving plot was used to escape the scene and deliver the attacker, possibly by car, because, you know, this is a horse here, so it's something of movement. The crime happened while a larger situation was in motion. So there were other people around. There was something going on at this time. Now, the betrayer here, okay. The betrayer, we have the perpetrator, and then we have the betrayer. Okay, so the betrayer was heavily mentally armed, meaning prepared mentally, okay, ensuring that there's no emotion, no guilt, or past friendship that could penetrate their cold resolve during the act, okay? This took place during a time of intense social, political, and personal upheaval, I believe, in this individual's life. Now, the perpetrator also was feeling, which actually is the betrayer. This must be one individual here. Could have been two, though, that plotted. The perpetrator was feeling a prolonged period of feeling emasculated, invisible, and micromanaged by an authority figure, or possibly even their own partner. Could be both. Over time, this manifested as his inadequacy. So the crime and behavior became a toxic overcompensation to forcibly reclaim like his domination and control, because he felt he had nothing left in his personal life, okay? Now, the perpetrator reached a place of his conscious moral boundaries where they were completely overrun by his primitive instincts. Instead of calculating malice, the driving force is rooted in his animalistic reactivity, rage, and immediate gratification, okay? So immediate gratification, I believe that came in two forms. One, maybe in a sexual manner, and second, to release any aggression that this individual was feeling, the rage. Because this person lacks the internal confidence and the social skills to handle a situation with poise, he resorted to feeling intimidated. Wanted to bring this individual intimidation and bullied them, and was physically aggressive. And this was a crude shortcut for this individual to get his way, okay? Now, the environment that this happened in, it was an open field or a park, Okay, it was a place where people were leaving. This was where the aftermath took place. The aftermath took place. Okay. Also, too, so the individuals that were around, they had or heard of it. They had tunnel vision. They were focusing entirely on one narrow preconceived theory. But there is a key witness here, a source, and also someone that feels like they were a victim as well, who previously felt paralyzed and trapped and too intimidated to speak, but is now beginning to step forward. Their suppressed testimony is the critical hidden component here. To break the standstill, the investigators must strip away previous assumptions and re-interview sidelined individuals and look back at early evidence with an entirely fresh set of eyes. So that's what needs to be done here. I just lost this card. Okay, so as the Three of Pentacles here as the outcome, listen, justice will be served. I love to see this. Justice will be served through legal maneuvers, through judicial intervention and outside whistleblowers as well, rather than, like teamwork, people coming together and be able to resolve it outside of the legalities. So the final verdict is the truth. It's also accountability being forced, and the law will prevail. This is cause and effect that are being enforced here, strictly enforced, by the way. So the absolute facts, they will come to light in a legal forum, and the final resolution will bring legal consequences to those that were involved. Also here, the victim will receive a settlement, and there also may be international involved, bringing international agreements as well. Bringing up, there may be immigration paperwork, overseas, okay? And also the perpetrator's plans will freeze, okay? That the perpetrator, this individual will be powerless to inflict any more harm. This individual will be trapped in their mind, will be refined. This person will feel remorse and will have psychological mental issues due to this, okay? This individual will be forced to give up something very significant, including freedom, status, resources, as a repayment for their actions. Let's go ahead and let's look further in. Let's get other energies here, Gemini. Let's see the other energies that were involved in this, okay, in this legal matter. Okay, we got Capricorn and Venus. So this Capricorn may be losing status, material, wealth. And all due because this individual wasn't learning their lessons, and that it'll come to this point where this is what's going to cause this individual to have learned their lessons, okay? Yeah, an Aries was involved here. We have Capricorn, And we have Aries. This could very well be an Aries. This Aries may have been hiding in very important timelines. A dark space, a dark hole in the mind. Yeah, this individual was trying not to, I believe, feel any emotions from this. There could have been a Scorpio also too, and a Virgo. Okay, this is a petty Virgo, very petty. Yeah. Okay, so I hope that helps you here. Let's see what we get from our Halloween deck here. We have the Owl Fairy here. Where's my book for this? Because I don't know the meaning of that one. I don't know what I did with my book. Well, it can't be far. Cannot be far, Gemini. Oh my gosh, well. The owl watches and sees everything. So yeah, what was hidden will be brought to light. Someone may go to prison because we do see stripes here, color stripes. Someone's stripes cannot be changed. So who they are, it's who this individual is. This individual is devil-like. You may have been watching this individual as well, okay? Preparing for attack. Could have been even staying up at night as well. Yeah. This person is an alcoholic. Okay, we have an alcoholic involved here. Hermetic Order of the Golden Dawn. This is a belief system that is from the late 19th century and early 20th century. This type of society is devoted to the study of the occult, metaphysics, and the paranormal. So this individual may be into that type of thing. Okay, we have Tennessee here, and we have Kansas, and Dharma. And someone here was LDS. Yeah, someone, okay, there's a buried body somewhere as well, and Hinduism. You might want to check out my other past readings because there is talk about a buried body. So I believe a life may have been taken as well. This may be connected to that reading, okay? Yeah, someone wanted to send a message, but did not. Yeah, there's legal matters here, okay? Also, you have actually what this actually is you have, okay, so there will be a message that will be sent from the legalities from the courts, but it hasn't been sent yet. That's what that is, okay? Yeah. Yeah, the person, the victim, is going to be successful and victorious. This person is going to win. This individual is winning this. This person may end up with a confidant that is a Taurus. This person may end up becoming a confidential friend and an ally to this person that is successful. All the binding, any black magic that was done, any binding of this person's life, all the binding of this individual's life has been done with. And the false narrative is being corrected that was spread also about this individual. Because people were being coerced to spread this false narrative about this victim. Okay, but this person's coming out successful and will win in the legal court. Okay, Gemini, I hope this helped to give you any information that you may have been looking for, and have a wonderful rest of your day. Bye.